Hi, it's Michaela. Today I'm going to be digging into the foundational understandings to educational technology and the integration of digital tools that are necessary for teachers to have. While it is very exciting to incorporate technology in the classroom, it is important for teachers to have a strong understanding of educational technology in order to use the technology to its fullest potential. This helps to create the most effective use and learning experiences for students. First of all, it is vital to consider the role of technology in education. While intentions for incorporating technology into a lesson may be good, it is important to remember that content and pedagogy drive instruction. Technology should then be layered in. Think of it this way. Technology enhances learning. It enhances learning by adding in the 4 C's: collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. By following the ISTE standards for students and teachers, teachers can ensure that they are using technology for learning in the most beneficial ways. The ISTE standards help teachers tap into technology's potential to increase students' capacity to collaborate, be creative, and communicate through critical thinking. This helps empower them to become lifelong learners and enter our connected world. The standards work to support teachers and students with a framework that adapts to the ever-changing landscape of our technological society. The ISTE reflects the following standards as learning goals for students. Students should be empowered learners, meaning they can use technology to set goals, work toward achieving them, and demonstrate their learning. Digital citizens, meaning they can understand their rights, responsibilities, and opportunities in the interconnected digital world. Knowledge constructors, meaning they can critically select, evaluate, synthesize digital resources to reflect learning and build knowledge. Innovative designers, meaning they can solve problems by creating new solutions with digital tools. Computational thinkers, meaning they can identify authentic problems and work with data using step-by-step processes to find solutions. Creative communicators, meaning they can communicate effectively and creatively using different digital media. And global collaborators, meaning they can use a broad perspective to understand others and work together. In addition to ISTE standards for students, there are some specific to teachers as well. These standards are to help teachers effectively and positively model technology use in the classroom and beyond. The ISTE reflects the following standards as targets for teachers. Teachers should design and develop digital age learning experiences and assessments. Facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity. Engage in professional growth and leadership. Promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. And model digital age work and learning. By teachers integrating technology in the classroom, it affords students opportunities to gain skills necessary for 21st century. 2021 is a framework for 21st century learning. It was created collaboratively to define the skills students need to succeed in society. In addition, it outlines the support systems necessary to support the 21st century learning outcomes. In the rainbow of the graphic, the 21st century student outcomes are represented, covering the skills, knowledge, and expertise students must master. This includes content knowledge and interdisciplinary 21st century themes. Under this includes core subjects, as well as global awareness, financial, economic, and business literacy, civic, health, and environmental literacy as well. Under the rainbow as well are learning and innovation skills. These skills such as creativity and innovation, critical thinking and problem solving, communication and collaboration, are recognized as the skills that separate those that are prepared for the 21st century and those that are not. Informational media and technology skills. These are to help students to effectively create, evaluate, and utilize information, media, and technology through the skills of information, media, and ICT literacy. Lastly, under the rainbow, are life and career skills. These skills are necessary to navigate complex life and work environments. Students should possess flexibility and adaptability, initiative and self-direction, social and cross-cultural skills, productivity and accountability, as well as leadership and responsibility. In the area below the rainbow on the graphic, the 21st century support systems are represented. These must work together and be aligned to produce a support system that fosters 21st century outcomes. The first piece is 21st century standards to have an understanding of the 21st century goals. Also included in the supports are assessment norms, curriculum and instruction guidelines, professional development initiatives, and descriptions of 21st century learning environments. As you can see, it is a group effort to produce 21st century learners. That's why it's so important to understand the foundations behind educational technology. With school-wide standards, assessments, curriculum and instruction, professional development, and learning environments, technology can amplify learning to produce successful students. 21st century learning coincides with the ISTE standards to provide students the necessary skills to be successful in our technological society and through learning amplified with technology. Technology should not be used in isolation, but supported and layered in. The TPAC framework is a way teachers can think about adding educational technology in the classroom. It stands for the Technological, Pedagogical, and Content Knowledge Framework. It is a framework to identify the knowledge teachers need to effectively teach with technology. It combines 3 knowledge areas and helps teachers understand how the different areas can work together to increase student motivation and make learning more accessible. Context is surrounding the entire model because it may look different in each classroom as student needs are being uniquely met. The first starting point is the C, content knowledge. It represents the what, or the subject matter being taught. This aligns with the standards of ISTE and P21 framework to ensure that students are learning the valuable skills for society. Secondly is the P, pedagogical knowledge, which represents the how of instruction. This includes how to make information more accessible by the way it is presented. And finally, the T, technological knowledge, represents the partner in learning. Technology makes content more accessible to students while supporting pedagogical strategy to help deliver information. If you notice, there are overlaps of TP, TC, and PC. The part where all 3 overlap is TPAC, also known as the sweet spot. TPAC helps teachers provide effective and engaging instruction in a distinct but cohesive way by determining what they will need to know, how they will teach it, and the role technology will play. It is important for teachers to reflect on each component and collaborate with others to determine how to improve each component. With TPAC, it is important to start with content and pedagogy to drive the instruction, and then layer in technology to enrich it. Technology is just a part of great teaching. When it comes time to choose educational technology to layer into instruction, the SAMR model comes in handy. The SAMR model is a framework to assess and evaluate the technology used in class. The S is for substitution, where new technology is used to replace old ones. The task stays the same, but the tools are different. The A stands for augmentation, where the same task is done, but the functionality of it is increased. The M is for modification, where parts of the task are redesigned more effectively to transform learning. Lastly, the R stands for redefinition, where new tasks are created that were once unimaginable. As you move from substitution to redefinition, the use of technology increasingly enhances and transforms student learning. It is great for teachers to plan and reflect on their lessons by combining the TPACK and SAMR as a collective framework. You may have discovered that all of the planning and reflecting for educational technology seems to be a cycle. While this particular planning cycle is based for integrating digital technology into literacy instruction, I believe it can be applied to cross-curriculars. However, incorporating technology into literacy is important because it alters what it means to be digital literate in a new medium. It aligns with the Common Core State Standard technology, incorporations and supports, literacy skill development, differentiated learning opportunities and resources to construct new knowledge. To guide teachers' understandings of what they are planning to teach and how they are planning to integrate educational technology, TPACK can be combined with this instructional planning cycle for continuous enrichment. The critical piece of this cycle is reflection. Continuous reflection helps propel each step to the next. Starting off is the instructional goal. This is done by choosing the learning goals. These are specific to the content, stem from standards, and should be geared to the 21st century learning targets. Next is instructional approach, which is about making pedagogical decisions about the learning experience. Tool selection is followed. This is where the educational technology that is intended to be integrated is chosen. If paper and pencil are only being used according to this particular cycle, you can stop with the other components. Then, you must consider the technology's contribution to instruction. It is important that it is enhancing learning by both learning digital and/or non-digital skills, as well as alignment with the Common Core State Standards. Following, it is important to consider the possible constraints. It is important to do this before implementing technology to ensure it doesn't overpower the instructional goal and unintentionally make learning less effective. Here one must determine what constraints are possible and brainstorm how they may be overcome. The cycle should be exited if the barriers are too overwhelming for learning. Finally comes the actual instruction, which will drive the next loop through the cycle for subsequent lessons and learning. By intentionally planning and reflecting on integrating educational technology, teachers are able to provide students with powerful opportunities to learn like never before. By intentionally incorporating educational technology in student learning, learning can be amplified and made more effective than ever before. Learning is also geared towards making students valuable contributors of the 21st century. When teachers have a solid understanding of the ISTE standards for teachers and students, the P21 framework, the TPACK framework, and the SAMR model and planning cycle, they have a foundation to integrate educational technology to enhance student learning and engagement. Through incorporating these understandings in their planning and reflection, education can be taken to new, innovative, collaborative, and technological levels. While this is great for individual teachers to have the knowledge, understandings for educational technology, school-wide collaboration initiatives and support can take student learning to the next level. Thank you.